Ew, hourglass, nasty. Ew, David. What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are going to be playing with Lauren Conrad's new clean beauty makeup line, aptly called Lauren Conrad Beauty. And I picked up two of each of everything that she had on offer. I got 2 of the lip glosses, I got her liquid eyeliner, I got the cheek product, and then I also picked up one of her lipsticks. And unintentionally, I've had the chance to actually use this for quite a while now, and it was because I didn't realize that she had lip glosses because pregnancy brain. Like, I just happened to take another look at her website in preparation for the video, and I was like, I can't make this video and like not include one of the only 4 products that she put out. 4? Are there really only 4? No, there's a highlighter. Okay, where'd the highlighter go? Trust me, there's a highlighter and we're gonna use it today. I always try to make these intros so seamless and they end up just being a disaster anyway. But regardless, I was not about to do this review with 20% of the product offering missing, and so I went ahead and ordered 2 of her lip glosses. And I'll start by saying, this is a very easy release to dismiss. Like, you could look at this and be like, okay, celebrity cash grab, somebody who's just like, oh, I like clean beauty, I'm just gonna put out a bunch of kind of wearable shades, nothing particularly innovative here. I feel differently about every product in this entire collection than I expected to. And for that reason, I feel like it is very much worth reviewing because I found a lot of this stuff to be really surprising in good ways and not so good ways. So I'm gonna move you guys in. I am gonna show you the rest of the makeup that I put on with this just because I think context is important. You might use something differently than I do and get different results. And then we're gonna dive into the brand's kind of mission and the shades and everything, and also like, I don't know, sustainability, recyclability, that kind of thing, and then I'll give my final thoughts on it. So let's go ahead and jump into some Lauren Conrad Beauty. Okay, we're back in green screen mode here with my kit lens on, and that is because there's a liquid eyeliner in this collection, and I think that detail is really important in showing something like that, especially because I tend to do all kinds of acrobatics with my hands when it comes to putting that kind of stuff on. So I have my autofocus on too, but that's why you lose that like very pleasant bokeh background and you end up with everything looking like it's like right here. Anyway, I'm gonna start with the Exa Beauty Foundation in Therese 530. And I'm going to use just a touch of it like this, and I'm gonna mix it, actually, this is one of my favorite things that I've been doing lately with my Brilliant Face Brightener from Thrive. The Exa Beauty is quickly becoming one of my favorite foundations ever just because of the flexibility of the coverage. Oh, look at that, isn't that nice? I think I'm gonna turn this light down. I think that's better, a little bit more detail. I'm gonna also do a little bit of my Becca color corrector underneath my eyes. Very, very quick complexion look. Because this is a really lightweight face of makeup to begin with. You know, it's all cream. It's designed, I think, to be just a very like a capsule collection of wearable, everyday, easy makeup to put on. And the cheek is gonna be the first thing that we go in with. It's actually kind of funny. Like, I decided, outside of just researching the brand, I also wanted to kind of take a look at Lauren Conrad and see what she's been up to lately. You know, I don't really keep up with her. And to be honest, I was never really much of a Hills fan. I'm going to go in with my Beauty. This is the Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick. I have it in white pearl, but we're just going to be using the contour side of this today because there is a highlighter in this collection. So it's a lot more pigmented than the Salt New York. So we just tippity tap her. So anyway, yeah, I kind of just watched a couple of videos on Lauren Conrad. You know, she did one of those like Cosmopolitan interviews where she was explaining her old outfits and things like that. I love those kinds of videos. I honestly like want to do one where I just like pull up all my old outfits and makeup looks and just try and give context for inexcusable taste levels. But anyway, you know, she was on the Hills. Before that, she was on Laguna Beach. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but a lot of people talk about how like their older sibling was into something and so they had to be into it because they looked up to them so much. My sister and I were very, very different than that. Aside from a couple of things, if she was into something, it was kind of off limits to me, you know, music-wise or TV show-wise or anything like that. And we just kind of intentionally had like opposing tastes. And she loved Laguna Beach. She loved the hills, and therefore I did not. But I did kind of, you know, get to watching the hills. I think it was when I was in college. You know, I graduated high school in 2005. I was like directly in the crosshairs of this, you know? Like in the early 2000s, terrible trends, and like they were the, you know, the trendsetters of that kind of, the word is basic, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. And basic is not the absence of a vibe. It is a vibe all its own. And I do remember a lot of the girls at my school, while I was dressing like, you know, an emo kid, which was also not super advisable. Like the choices I was making in my fashion were not, like, they're nothing I'm proud of. But, you know, you see these girls and they were wearing like low sling back kitten heels with like baggy low slung jeans or that were like cuffed, and then like these belts that didn't serve a purpose, and like cami tops that were like silk, and then they would have like a bunch of necklaces on and like wooden jewelry or chokers and stuff like that, and they would have just like, you know, the really straightened bangs, which I was guilty of too. We all over straightened our hair. It was like someone had just introduced us to the idea of a flat iron, and we said, we've got decades to make up for in terms of straightened hair. We need to go all in. So a little bit of contour here. That's all that we're doing. And I'm going to start with her Peony, the Lip and Cheek Tint. This only comes in one shade, so you know, do what you will with that. Feel however you want. But I'm gonna go ahead and kick off my unexpected reviews trend of this video and tell you guys that this is actually my least favorite product in the entire line. As far as lip and cheeks go, you guys know me, it's really rare that I'm just like, nope, that does not work, but this is really sticky. Like, look at what it's doing to my brush. This is just from trying it yesterday. It's just kind of gumming my brush up because it's more of a lip gloss, honestly. It's more like a sticky lip gloss than it is a cheek product. Like, I would compare it in what it's going for to like, okay, bye, the Danessa Myricks, but the Danessa Myricks is more pigmented and less sticky. And I think this is like 20 bucks. And the Danessa Myricks is like a heck of a lot more product than that for like 44. And you get tons and tons and tons of shades, not just one. So I will save my final thoughts for the end, but I will say that like from just a person who has a lot of cheek products in her life, completely by design, this one's a little bit icky. It's just really, like, by the time I've built up the saturation on my cheeks that I think that I want, it's just so gooey. So that is first unexpected thing. You would think that a lip and cheek would be a layup, but if I were her kind of talking to her formulators, I would say, let's get some of the dewiness out and add a little bit more saturation, a little bit more pigment to it, because I just don't feel like this is a standalone product. I would need to go in with something else. I mean, that's my personal taste, but like even if I wanted to build this up to a level that like I love blush and I want to look like I love blush, ugh, like it has no stay put factor because it's so gummy. Okay, so now we officially have to hunt down the highlighter because I have no idea what I've done with it. There it is. So this is the liquid highlighter. Again, this one only comes in one shade as well. I will verify the prices when I get to kind of looking at the website here in a second, because I'm gonna like, you know, talk through everything about the brand. But if you're gonna release one highlighter shade, at least it's not icy silver. It's kind of a medium gold color, and it's translucent enough that I think that genuinely it would probably do something on everyone's skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tap my brush into that, the one that we had the blush on, I don't care, and do one of those, and it's nice. Kind of reminds me of, I don't know what it reminds me of. Kind of reminds me of the Ilia. The Ilia Liquid Light or whatever it is. That's kind of what it reminds me of. There are a lot of liquid highlighters. The Daniel Sandler's my favorite because it's the thinnest, followed probably closely by the Rare Beauty one. They're both very, very pretty and very easy to use. This one's a little wet. It does dry down though, but like working with it, it's a little bit wet. Like you wouldn't be able to wear this on a powdered look, would be my assumption. But I don't hate that, you know? And I think that if you're looking for something that's really like bouncy looking, it is very bouncy looking. It makes your skin look really healthy. It's almost like it's got skincare in it, but I don't need that. I'll put skincare on. Then I just want pigment, you know? The next thing is the eyeliner. So I'm actually going to like zoom through an eye look real quick just so that we have something to put an eyeliner on top of, because I don't feel in my life, like I trust myself to put a liquid eyeliner on without anything underneath it, like just on a bare eye. And I don't think that that's a really proper way to showcase one either, just because it's like so slippy under there. But also I just think it looks better. There's something very like, about a solid line on your eye with nothing else kind of softening around it. So I'm going to just go in with my Wayne Goss palette here, and I'm gonna do like a speed through of a quick eye look. Okay, so first of all, because that cheek product is so sheer, I feel like I ended up with my eyes really overwhelming my face, more so than even I typically would. And I just really want to put more blush on, so I am actually going to pull out my Danessa Myricks palette. If you're unfamiliar with this is the Nudist palette. It is the best purchase that I've made this year. I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I mean, look at all the options. It's just impossible to screw it up. So I'm gonna kind of try and go for the same peony color that she had, but like, look at the pigmentation. It's just so much better. Something to be aware of with this is just that like, it is a professional pigment palette. And so you are going to get a lot for a little bit of effort. And so sometimes I do end up overdoing it. Needing just a little bit of complexion product to kind of even her back out. Let's move you guys in even further. So here we go, guys. We're gonna go in with a liquid eyeliner. I'm going to be very, very quiet. There are ways of kind of going about this that make it easier. Like you can take a small brush and draw a guideline for yourself if you don't trust yourself right off the bat with a liquid eyeliner. Because it's really, like, it just has the potential to completely screw up a really great face of makeup that you've worked hard on. For those who have asked, because I do think that there are a lot of variations on a liquid eyeliner flick or even just a regular eyeliner flick, a lot of people are like, how do you get yours to look the way that it does? Because mine always look janky as heck. And honestly, mine looked janky as heck for years and years and years. I finally figured out that something about the shape of my eyes and something about the shape of my eye sockets, I can't explain the geometry of it. I have to basically draw almost straight out from my eyes, because if I try and flick them up, I end up with my eyes looking really bizarre and like round. And my eyes are actually really close set, so I need that, like, as much elongation as I can get. Honestly, it might have been a Wayne Goss video that taught me that, or maybe just trial and error. Speaking of trial and error, let's get this party started. Here we go. Wish me luck, guys. This is the second part of when I'm going to blow your minds with a review on a product, because this is the best liquid eyeliner I've ever used. Full stop. Full stop. Especially in the context of not being very good at it. It does not skip. It has the most delicate, tiny point on it. It is black, black, black without being like super patent leather shiny. This is a black eyeliner, a black liquid eyeliner for the girl who has used black liquid eyeliner her entire life and was like, look, I know what I want. And I would say that the only other one that I would compare this to is like the Josephine Cosmetics one, which is also fantastic, but it's a little bit shinier. Does come in lots of colors though, which is awesome. Like they have a brown, but still does not have this delicate of a pen on it. If you're inexperienced in liquid eyeliner, but you want one that's going to absolutely be like so satisfying and work flawlessly, this is a mind-blowingly good liquid eyeliner. I'm just gonna say it, guys. So let's do some mascara real quick and then we will move into lips. I'm gonna use the Hourglass again just because I don't have a Thrive mascara open right now that's black, and this is black, and so we want black lashes to go with black eyeliner. Ew, Hourglass, nasty. Ew, David. Oh God, I'm getting it everywhere. I can feel it. Do you know why? It's because I'm distracted by a baby punching me in the bladder. I'm gonna have some choice words for him when he's out here in the world. I tell him, no more of that nonsense. Tell your friends. Again, apologies to my earth signs. I'm gonna have to let that sit there until I can scrape it off. So, third thing that I'm gonna blow your mind with here. This is a matte lipstick, and it's fantastic. I'm just gonna show you. It's really, really, really pretty. And it's super matte and it's super comfortable. So I'm gonna go ahead and spoil that outcome for you. We are gonna end up probably, you know, just ending up with gloss on my lips, but I wanna show this to you guys first. So I'm going with my khaki lip liner from Thrive. And honestly, like that Wayne Goss shade right there is so similar to the khaki lip liner. I feel like they're a little match made in heaven, even though that is an extremely pigmented shade. You guys saw me kind of struggling with it. You really have to spread it out, and I'm glad that the formula spreads out so easily. I digress. We have plenty of videos on the Wayne Goss collection. By the way, he's coming out with blushes. I might buy them all. So, this is in the shade Shell. This comes in 4 shades. Rub that in. I could go for more. I might apply more. I just want to make sure I blend my lip liner. Your girl needs to exfoliate these lips. It's not the fault of the product. It's that I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and my sinuses are so plugged up I can't breathe through my nose, and so I end up breathing through my mouth all night, and then my lips get dry. It's just a thing that happens. So, guys, when I say that this is weightless, a weightless formula. It is so lovely. I want it in every color. Well, would that I were a lip color wearer that often, but like usually I feel like a lipstick is kind of a throwaway. I tend to buy them, even with the Wayne Goss collection. I ended up buying, what was it, Daisy or whatever. And it's just something I never reached for again. You know, I want to show them to you, but I don't necessarily end up pulling them out for my own personal use that often. But this is the shade. I kind of want to like put it up against a couple of things just for context here. The Lisa Eldridge, for example, the Velvet Fawn that we used in the last video. Very similar in kind of their like lightweight velvety finish. And then, you know, obviously this is going to be a little bit more of like a, you know, a peach color, whereas this is a little bit more pink. I have Ilia in Amber Light here. Very, very similar to Amber Light, but Amber Light, oh my gosh, it smells so good, is creamy. It's not matte. And then I think Ilia actually sent me one of their mattes. This is Forever. Oh, this one might even be lighter weight. It might even be balmier. All my lipsticks are the same. Confirmed. Yeah, Shell is kind of a dupe for both of those Ilia shades, but I would say that the formula is definitely, it's pretty darn good. It's really, really nice. But I am gonna wipe that off and we're just gonna go in with the glosses because I did get 2 of the glosses to show you guys because they're glosses. Let's go ahead and scrape that mascara off because I know there are like at least 5 people who are ready to scream at me in the comments. I posted a photo of me on Instagram yesterday where I was actually trying out purple eyeshadow for the first time in a long time because I just really wanted to conquer my fear. And it went really well. And a lot of people were asking me what I had on my lips. It was this. So this is the lip gloss and the shade is Dawn and it's kind of a golden-ish peach. You know, they're going for something kind of beigey tan. and I'm not offended by it. I like the level of pigmentation in these. They're actually really, really pretty. They're very lightweight. They feel almost like a lip oil, but they definitely still have like a gloss presence to them. But when I'm comparing this to something like the Tower 28 or the new Bite lip glosses, which we need to actually like share on camera, it doesn't have that waterproof thing that like when you get in the shower, you're like, oh, I need to put a little bit of soap on this, like to get the lip gloss off of my face. That's what's so interesting about these to me, is that they're almost like, you know, they're almost water soluble. You can just kind of wipe them off. Whereas Bite, Glossier, I want to say Tower 28 does this, but definitely the Thrive ones, they have like a major like staying power, some kind of ingredient in them that's not water soluble. So that's kind of the difference here. That is just a beautiful shade, is it not? I mean, it's so pretty, and it definitely added something. It's not just clear. She does have 3 shades in this, the 2 that I bought and also a clear. That's so pretty. I like almost don't want to wipe it off. But I do want to show you guys the berry shade that I bought because I bought it. Can we talk about this liquid eyeliner and like how successful this was? It's crazy. Okay, and finally we have the shade Raspberry. Nothing particularly imaginative there, but it is a raspberry shade. That really adds something. It takes it from an all nude look to just something a little extra, you know? And that is going to bring out any kind of blushiness on my cheeks and stuff like that, which we need a little bit more of. We need a little bit more. My lady Danessa to the rescue here. Is that everything that I intended to do? I think so. Let me move you guys out because I'm sick of looking at myself this close. It's pretty crazy. So then we will talk about the brand and the packaging and my final thoughts, etc. Okay, so is this a bad face of makeup? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I feel very pretty. So let's go ahead and start chatting about this brand here. Ooh, my Nordstrom order just arrived. It's a bunch of Aesop soaps and lotions and stuff. Hashtag self-care. So, like I said, this is a capsule collection so far of 5 products. The liquid eyeliner is $20, comes in 1 shade, which is black. The lipstick comes in 4 shades. It is also $20. The lip gloss is $18, comes in 3 shades. The cheek product is also $20 and it only comes in 1 shade. And then the liquid highlighter is $26. It's a little steep there, Lauren Conrad. And it only also comes in 1 shade. Let's talk though about her clean beauty commitment, because she is very much claiming that this is a clean beauty brand. I have moved away from quote unquote like everything being clean on my channel, and I only ever say that a brand is clean because they say their brand is clean. I have no personal rules around it. So that's just why I use the word. It's a contentious word for a lot of people, but I use it if they use it. So she says, Lauren Conrad Beauty is vegan, ethically sourced, and gentle on both you and the environment. We are committed to learning and evolving every product in the line to ensure we offer the cleanest, most eco-friendly ingredients and materials as research advances. Usually that would throw up a red flag to me. I would say, are we releasing this prematurely? Are we putting this out with a promise instead of, you know, actually doing something? Because that's like what Say Beauty does. They have this like commitment that that's what they're working towards, and I'm like, then do it, you know? But that's not the case here. So it says, beauty shouldn't bring you stress. Finding clean, eco-friendly, effective products should be easy. Clean vegan formulas, naturally derived scents, and ethically sourced ingredients. So I would say that the first 2 I don't really need to go into as much, but ethically sourced ingredients is huge to me because it says, we are committed to ethical sourcing practices for our ingredients. We only use ethically sourced mica in our products so you can have confidence in all Lauren Conrad Beauty formulas. That is becoming more normal in the industry, but there are still a lot of brands that really need to catch up because mica is an industry, like the mica mining industry is definitely a place that has a lot of child labor and a lot of just like, you know, labor that is not particularly ethical regardless. Aether Beauty was one of the first ones to make that a really big thing as part of their brand, and I feel like a lot of brands are following suit. So I'm glad that she did that. That's very, very cool. She has a no-list coal tar phthalates, formaldehyde, retinol palmitate, which is both retinol, you know, like a vitamin A, I believe, but also has palm oil in it. A lot of vegan products tend to fortify their stuff instead of using like a beeswax or a lanolin or like any other kind of oil that might not be vegan. A lot of times they'll use palm oil, which is like environmentally horrible. So, you know, like it's kind of always a trade-off. Vegan doesn't always mean ethical. No parabens, SLEs or SLS, no oxybenzone, no talc, which is cool. I know a lot of people have talc allergies and also just don't like talc in their products for other reasons. No triclosan, no triclocarban, no hydroquinone, which is more of a skincare ingredient, but regardless, like, I don't think anything has hydroquinone in it unless it like clearly labels it and it's like illegal in Europe, but anyway. And then no here we go, isothiazolazines. Oh boy, I'm pretty good with words. Mineral oil. And it's like, that's just kind of the beginning. There's like view all. But here's the coolest thing to me about this, because honestly, when I looked at this packaging, I was like, feels kinda, you know, it's all just sort of like there. It's like, oh, you put it in a container. It's fine. Like, it's not ugly, but it's not exactly groundbreaking either. It's all recyclable. Lauren Conrad Beauty doesn't stop with just the ingredients. From using recyclable, compostable packaging to choosing partners committed to using less energy and water, Lauren Conrad Beauty is dedicated to creating an eco-friendly experience you can feel good about, start to finish. What is that? Oh, it's an empty lipstick component. I was like, is that a chapstick? Like, what is that? So they have instructions for every single one of their products on how specifically to recycle the components, and it's not buy a TerraCycle box. It is, here's how to clean the component out and separate everything out to make sure that it is recyclable in your like local, normal recycling channels. Now, is recycling real? No, it's not. So if you have someplace locally, you can look it up on the TerraCycle. I'm pointing to it because I have a TerraCycle box that I will never fill. I ordered the biggest one and I will never fill it. But yeah, there are lots of places where you can drop off old components that have been cleaned out and things like that, and they will find ways of actually reusing them. But regardless, to the extent that she was able to, this is all mindfully recyclable. And I really, really appreciate that. And so I think that like that is the reasoning behind the very, very simple packaging, which is less exciting because I am like a luxury junkie, but at the same time, I really appreciate it and I get it. So let's talk final thoughts on these products and the line in general. So like I said, the cheek product was extremely disappointing. I'm so surprised. I think that anybody who likes a good cream cheek could probably easily develop a good cream cheek, but there's just something really gummy about it. It just feels like an old-fashioned lip gloss, and I don't want to put it on my face. The eyeliner, shockingly incredible. I think it is the star of this line. It is awesome. It's fantastic. The matte lip, another thing that I typically hate. What a gorgeous formula. I can't say enough about it. It's kind of mind-blowing for a $20 lipstick. Like, $20 isn't nothing, but when you're kind of inoculated to the clean beauty drugstore prices that I am, like, you know, you go to the clean beauty aisle or whatever at Target, nothing's really drugstore price, you know? So yeah, I think that that formula is insane. The lip glosses are really actually beautiful. I like them because they don't back away from pigment. You still get a thing from it. It's not like some of the lip glosses that look like they have a color in the tube and then you put them on and you're like, yep, it's just clear. That's just clear. Like, this definitely has enough presence to it where like the colors are different from each other, and I like that if she was gonna put out 3, she did a clear, she did a beige, and she did a raspberry. Like, that to me is pretty intuitive. The liquid highlighter, there are better uses of your money. It just kind of got lost. It's not my favorite. It might be something that I would mix into a foundation or something like that to get a little bit of extra glow. But, and a lot of people bristle at this word, especially for $26, it's kind of forgettable. But at the same time, it might be super important to you that your highlighter is ethically sourced because it's gonna be chock full of mica, and it is child labor-free mica, so that could be worth it to you. My final thoughts on the brand offering itself, like I said, it is very easy to come into this and look at it and see it on Instagram or see it online and go, it's another celebrity, she's putting out her own line. It's very easy to dismiss it. But I would argue, one, I think that the demographic that she's going for is kind of the honest beauty, flower beauty. as far as celebrity created lines that have ended up being really like well fleshed out and successful. I don't want everything from Honest Beauty, but I feel like she's still kind of a giant in the space. Jessica Alba is. And Flower Beauty by Drew Barrymore is, I never go to Walmart. I really need to review more of those products because they are gorgeous. They're so beautiful. Yes, she's up against some competition if that's what she's going for, but I could very easily see this living an end cap, you know, in Target. I could definitely see her getting a deal putting these things in Target. I think that she does need to come out with more shades and things, especially the cheek product, and I kind of think that the formula for the cheek product needs to go back to the drawing board store. But I think that this is actually a really good start. I think that for someone who is taking a lot of the initial overhead to make sure that these things are formulated ethically, the prices are actually pretty good. You know, we're not talking about something exorbitant. We're not talking about, you know, Victoria Beckham beauty, like putting up being like, it's clean, that'll be $1 million. The main thing that I take away from it is, like, you guys know, I gravitate more towards makeup products that are developed by makeup artists, because I feel like when you're spending your money there, you are buying their experience. And this does not feel like a line that was developed by a makeup artist, because it wasn't. It feels like a line that was developed by someone who likes to wear makeup and who probably is extremely passionate about eyeliner, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, I would just say that if you're expecting it to be, you know, very simple and straightforward, you would be correct, but at the same time, it is not what I would call wholly forgettable, because there are a couple of total standout formulas in this release. So yeah, guys, if you have any additional questions about these products, make sure and let me know down below. And if you have tried them any other way than I used them today, and they either didn't work for you or they did work for you, or if you have strong feelings one way or the other, let me know in the comments, because that always helps me kind of inform in future videos. Be like, hey, someone with a different skin type than me, or different skin color than me, or different, you know, maturity to their skin than me, or whatever, used this and it was actually incredible, or it was actually really disappointing, or whatever. That's always really helpful to know. So if you did enjoy this and you found it helpful, do give it a thumbs up. Really helps me out. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Let me know other releases that are coming out that you guys want me to review. I'm feeling very inspired. I'm having a lot of fun and I'm trying to pack it all in before baby gets here, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. As always, I love you so much and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.